What it do, y'all? Is Coffee back with some hip-hop news, man. And Quando, Rondo, the feds, the hip-hop police, the authorities, they're on his bumper. They've been watching him, man. If y'all don't remember, like a year ago or so, he got indicted in some old, I don't know if it was a RICO, but it was like a gang case. They were going heavy with the rolling 60s Crips aspect. The authorities were in the reports about it, drugs, pills, opiates, weed, trafficking, and all that, you know what I mean? And he bailed out on $100K and then got in a car crash. And then the judge, as like a stipulation of bail, was like, you cannot drive anymore and you got to take drug tests if you want to remain out. So now he's a passenger in a car, and the car gets pulled over the other night in his hometown of Savannah, Georgia. He wasn't the only one in the car, but he was the only one that got arrested and got hit with some federal drug charges. So think about that, how heavy they've been on him, watching him. You know what I mean? And if you guys don't remember that previous indictment I was talking about a year ago or so, there was a lot of individuals theorizing that's why he did the whole drop his flag thing and stop claiming the gang, because he had got wind of this indictment that was coming. But nonetheless, it didn't work. Some people say he was shook, that's why he did the drop his flag thing. I don't know, man. And he's just had a very eventful few years, but not in a good way, right? Involved in a homicide. We all know the way that went down with King Von dying, although case got thrown out against the alleged shooter, which it's wild because we all know what happened. So some say alleged, some say killer but not convicted. I don't know, man. But nonetheless, the authorities been on his bumper ever since then, and now have 2 major indictments out against him. It's crazy, man. Let me know what y'all think.
Race through the guard. The saga continues. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang.
Big torch flaming, we burn so sweet. The thrill of victory, the agony defeat.
The saga continues. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. This is so dope for hip-hop, man. I want to go to this. It's like a residency kicking off in Vegas with the Wu right when Super Bowl weekend kicks off. So apparently they're going to do 2 shows Super Bowl weekend in February, and then a month and a couple weeks later, or a month and a week later in March, they're going to do a couple dates as well. And it's wild, man. If you click to go get some tickets, ticket prices are very reasonable right now, man. I'm sure they'll probably go up. I'm shocked that the tickets are this low. Like, that's the Wu, man. And people, what they're talking about, man, and what RZA had to say. Wu-Tang, the saga continues. The Las Vegas residency will kick off during Super Bowl weekend, February 9th and 10th, followed by another pair of concerts, March 22nd, 23rd, which we already said that tickets go on sale December 15th, which is in 3 days, right? But peep this. Hip hop is rich in its content and what it offers creatively to an audience. That's what RZA said in an interview with the Times, and added that he wants to show that hip hop can go where any other art form has gone before. So, like, the world didn't know that, obviously. I mean, look how, not downplaying what RZA said, but the world has already taken notice of that, man. I mean, look what, just in my lifetime, what hip-hop has done since its incarnation and its origins till now, you know what I mean? Just in 10, 15 years, the amazing moves that it's made, it's never going to stop growing, and this is lit. And man, I would really like to go check this out. Comment and let me know if y'all are intrigued by this and are gonna go look into them tickets. I just hope all the members that is still currently here, Wu-Tang, is there, because I think there was some situations with a tour. I forget what tour that was going on with Nas. I can't recall, but there were some dates Method Man didn't make, and I can't remember, but it got controversial. I hope they're all there, or if they're not, like, they're clear about this, because them ticket prices is wild low. But this is going to be epic. I wonder who's doing the Super Bowl halftime this year. Fuck it. They should have the Wu do it. You know? I know some may say, man, come on. Like, you'll never see that happen. They don't have the commercial appeal or whatever. But, yo, I would have never thought we would have saw what we saw with Dre and M and Fifth and Mary J. Blige and everyone. You know what I'm saying? Again, just shows you the amazing moves and growth hip-hop has had.
America loves a superstar. I'm Jason 2J's Jennings. I was a football legend. But once you reach the mountaintop of greatness, everybody wants to see you fall.
2J's just got smoked.
Damn!
You pled guilty to charges of speeding and damage to city property. I'm recommending community service with the Long Beach Recreations Department.
I thought I was getting like some Martha Stewart kind of treatment.
You too good for the community that raised you.
From the depths of the sea, back to the black Snoop Doggy Dog, the Dodge.
I am football legend Jason 2J's Jennings, your new head coach.
Legend.
Let me get a picture with y'all real quick for Twitter. Some of y'all gonna get some girlfriends with this right here.
So how about that, man? I just seen this last night. First, this trailer. It's called The Underdogs, coming soon. It's on Prime, a Prime production. Mike Epps is in it with Snoop, and it's interesting because it's kind of like life imitating art in some ways, right? As, of course, Snoop was never a pro football player. As you see, the plot is he's a pro football player, crashes his car, gets sentenced to community service, and ends up coaching Little League football in Long Beach, which Snoop did do that, right? The other part is obviously fictional, but I don't know. This looks pretty interesting, pretty funny. And, you know, we always got to point out and commend Snoop what he has done with football in California is pretty amazing. Putting that league together, the uniforms, just all that, and really doing it big for the community. That's pretty amazing, man. They had that Coach Snoop show and all that. Tap in and let me know if you ever watched it. I thought it was a pretty good show. And you see Snoop also sporting this OVO Steelers jersey collab. Everyone's doing NFL collabs now. Like, did you see WWE had those championship belts where you could get each team that you wanted? I think that's pretty fire. But that's not all the news with Snoop.
Where I got 1 billion streams, right? Some shit from Spotify where I got 1 billion streams, right? My publisher hit me. I said, break that down. How much money is that? That shit wasn't even $45,000. That's crazy. There's times in my career where it got so bad where my accountant was like, we should just do bankruptcy. And my pride got involved. Like, fuck that. If I say bankruptcy, then I look like I fucked off everything. Yeah. But they would start telling me about, well, this artist did it and this person did it. I say none of them motherfuckers black.
Ain't that something? 45K for 1 billion streams? That's insane, man. And not in a good way. I guess he was talking about this on this podcast that he was just on, and he spoke about NFTs. He said, my son, he was the one who spooned me and groomed me to this. On the Business Untitled podcast, he said in the beginning it was a bunch of motherfuckers just using my name, my face, and just doing all kinds of ish. And he called me, he said, Pops, it's what you can't do. You can't be mad, because if they're using your face and your likeness, they love you. They just don't know how they get in touch with you. So what you should do is reach out to them and say thanks or good looking out or do what you want to collaborate. And he said, so it was like my son who had to adjust my attitude on this ain't a money grab. This is just a relationship. And that's why we want. So he's talking about NFTs, how we came up, really big on the NFT game. And, went on to talk about the streaming platforms taking 60% just for putting it on the platform or what do you say? Let me tell you one thing that worked with me. It was simple transparency. That's what the music industry and the film industry doesn't have. So this was a way to show transparency. Give me a song, I'm taking 60% because I'm putting it out for you. So that's what the industry did, and you're getting 40. Sounds like a lot, but you just made 100K. In the streaming world, I can show you right now, they just sent me some ish from Spotify where I get 1 billion streams, and y'all just heard what he said, he got 45K. So I don't know, you know, like some artists do better with the independent grind. Some artists do better with the major machine pushing them and putting their project out. There's artists that are happy with big record labels as far as the way the money goes. Some felt like big record labels beat them in the head, bad contracts. Some artists felt like they lost control of the final product and creative control and turning in tracks, and not all of them get approved. You know, it's a wild game. But apparently Snoop talked about how when he bought Death Row and obtained the rights, he made some M's. What did he say? Like 40 million. I don't know if this was considered an NFT thing, but or is that what he did with, I think he did, right? Didn't he make it like a digital label or whatever, where he took all the Death Row catalogs down off streaming platforms and put them into the metaverse? I don't know, man. Then you got Reggie Wright Jr. out there saying it's all cap. He doesn't really own the whole catalog. I don't know. But one thing I will say about Death Row is I don't think Snoop's ever going to really do anything as far as putting artists out. Like, I was real intrigued to see, because y'all remember, right? And I've been covering this on my channel. Before Snoop obtained the rights to Death Row, he had been talking about when he was in the process of trying to do so, if he had it, he would have been using it to jump off new talent on the West, artists on the come up and everything, right? But then when he did get the rights to the label, all he did was half-ass sign a guy, which we already know that really didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not believing the cap that individual will be throwing out there. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even gonna get into it. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Like, if dude was still cool with Snoop, why right after that whole debacle happened and paperwork dropped, why would he give a chain to a dude that had that dude get ran and get knocked the fuck out and get his ass whooped? And then in the video, when he gave him the chain, dude would be talking about, you can check my paperwork because there ain't none. I cleared this at dude, right? And then after that, he signed Doggy Style, which is kind of odd because the other dude we were just talking about and Doggy Style both have, like, I don't want to call them rip-offs of Snoop, but you can see a lot of Snoop in their whole get down and image and everything like that. So it's odd. It felt like he's just kind of trying to get someone who's pushing the Snoop image in a way or something. I don't know, but still, I don't even think Doggy Style has put out anything under Death Row neither, you know? So I think kind of seems like it was just a move maybe with the catalogs or whatever, but I don't think he's ever going to bring the label back to prominence in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm bugging, maybe I'm tripping. Y'all let me know what you think, but I think the whole revival of Death Row, like, which ever trying to push back to what it was in the first place, probably was never going to happen, right? But maybe y'all think I'm bugging, but I don't think he's ever going to really do nothing with it except for just kind of keep it as a legacy thing. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But just what would be the point of having a couple-year delay and not really launching any new artists, new music under the Death Row label, Death Row brand? You know what I'm saying? And he done gave a chain out to everyone and their mama.
Small gesture of love on behalf of Snoop Dogg and Death Row Records.
Oh my God.
We appreciate what you've done, bro.
Oh my God. Oh! You might have to crown him.
Yeah, you right. Put it in the chain, I'm gonna burn.
Once he puts it on you, you just get high automatically.
I'm trying to steal the old ones.
Look at this.
The old me was coming up. Small.
But I don't know, man. There y'all have it. Snoop, Death Row. Let me know what you think about all that. New movie on the way with Mike Epps, the Underdogs, and 45K for a Billy streams. That's crazy, man. As well as Quando, Rondo, the Wu. Let's talk about it all. Subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.